Welcome back to the channel. Today we have information. It's very interesting. It's from VinFast official website. We have official information about the inside, as well as the selling price, the cars you are looking forward to. Past days. You see, VinFast is really fast, brother. This March 17th was officially launched not long after the end of 2024, when we just have the basic information. Now he has the official information. The first one is the car I want to talk about. That's Limo Green, spacious 7-seat practical car. That Innova has become the segment king. It has been in the Vietnamese market for many years. VinFast is out today. Have the answer for the most popular segment? Vietnam market. Services, including the family. We have a price of 749 million. The price is very attractive, and it's no different in appearance. Compared to previous images, it looks pretty large. We have headlights here. I don't know is to use LED or halogen, but here we're going to have a projector. This is a 360 camera. Always, brothers. Next information we don't have yet. Whether to equip 360 camera or not. We're going to have a tray shaped like this. It depends on your aesthetic point of view. I find it a bit confusing. In the back, there's a stylistic pattern like this. And this part of the lamp is very similar to VF9. A high-end car looks very huge. Here we will find out the official data. There are also bumps and the car looks stronger. Here is this side. And we also have a picture of the inner 7. I also saw the brakes. So, we'll have electronic handbrake as well. On the cheap 7-seater line, this service is also quite delicate. My hands are quite big. Here we'll have to water recesses. Adjust the direction of the air conditioner. And this screen will adjust all the functions. Currently, there is no information about the size of the screen. It's how many chairs look so crappy. Pretty athletic design hugging that person. Given the size of this car, the seats will be very comfortable that you guys at. The back view is pretty neat. Travel style design. I hope it has cruise control. Long hands out in front. It's similar to the back seat. It can be painted silver. We'll have to very large rear seat. This one must be painted. There's no aluminum. Pretty nice HA speaker will be equipped on here. The design looks pretty good. These two passenger seats are quite large, so that's the position. The middle seat looks a bit small. The distance traveled by Limo Green is for 150 kilometers. For one charge. I have to say it's impressive, guys. Can help the car to go on provincial trips. We'll have a long wide. In a moment we will compare with the king of Innova. We'll have front-wheel drive just like the Innova. From 2024. Innova also switched to the front drive wheel. Charging time 30 minutes from 10 to 70%. That's pretty impressive. Fast charging, guys. We will have Eco Comfort and Sport. The 18-inch Innova is also available. Their version is 17 and 18 inches. Here I made a comparison for Innova long wide high of Limo Green is like this. It will be longer than Innova. It has much wider, brothers, up to 42 millimeters and height, then it will be lower. It is lower 67 millimeters. Broader work, longer, and has a lower center of gravity. In theory, the car will. It's more stable, especially high speed. But it also depends on the suspension. We will also have a review. Super details, so that we can feel the suspension. What is it like? Sure, this is an extremely popular segment. In Vietnam market, Surly Vchannel will have a review. Super details sent to you. Remember to pick it up, and we'll have a wheelbase. Limo Green is also significantly longer than me 90 millimeters. So that's the space where people sit inside the car, especially around the knees of the back seat. Compared to the front seat, it's going to be pretty spacious. About the undercarriage light, we'll have some ground clearance. It's also a little bit lower than 8 millimeters, so the ceiling is just lower. The undercarriage is also lower. I hope the car feels good. This is especially true when traveling at high speed. Next we also have information about Minio Green. At a price of only 269 million brothers. And now VinFast has stopped renting battery packs. So all the pricing information here will be battery included. No more battery rental. VinFast policy is constantly changing. We'll have 170 kilometers in charge in VF3. We will travel to 110 kilometers including for seats. Capacity is 20 kilowatts. As well as the initial information we'll have. It's a design like this. I don't know what you see. Personally, I think it's pretty bad. I haven't found it yet. What I like about Minio Green, they also use iron. This lamp looks like the old design of Madi's here. Like in Minio Green, it's not round. This part it cuts down the piece. There's room for the capo. And this is aimed at the taxi service. The city is close. Cheap though. It is as small as this, but can carry for people. I see it myself. A car for the people is not suitable in Vietnam. In the car, you have to be at least 4 seat. VinFast decided that it was reasonable to fill to more rear seats. If so, then there's almost nothing in the back. That's right. This hit the taxi demand. Super cheap inner city. The price is as cheap as this. This is the price of a taxi. On Minio Green it will also very low compared to motorbikes. So I think, eventually, everyone's house can go, especially small city taxis like this one. Here's the back of the case that extends the glass down. The back looks pretty bad too. The cake is small. It looks a lot like a toy car. Pink optical mini AV. This design I find very boring. It's too old-fashioned for the backlight. Here's the side. The back seat is pretty small, guys. There are only 2 doors. The door will also be long like VF3. We're going to walk in through this front door. The back looks pretty small. Let's talk about VinFast's cheapest car. We can't ask for too much. The design as well as feature set. We also have internal image here. Our brothers also have steering wheel decut. Most of the buttons have been cut off. The screen will move. Instead, as VF3 is used, the center entertainment screen will be moved directly to the driver's side, and then the cluster of buttons is pretty much the same as the VF3. Use the mechanical brake, guys. Do not use electronic handbrakes such as VF3. So this roughly not looks well. It's not beautiful. And then this part of the recess is like VF3. This BA. To get the phone, we have to get down. The bottom is pretty inconvenient. This is a very basic air conditioner. And here we'll have the back seat. The back seat is very similar to VF3. Is likely bring the VF3 seat to here. We can't adjust the headrest either. There's a lot of water here. My hands are quite big. Looking at this picture, we can also imagine plastic material used quite a lot. And the chair is a felt upholstered chair. We've got some more information. The car uses a rear-wheel drive similar to VF3. Then I also made a table. Comparison between Minion and VF3. Minion length up to 100 millimeters shorter. That's a lot shorter, guys. Width it's narrower up to 183 millimeters is very narrow, brothers. I'll feel like the chair is kind of squishy. We'll have a height, and it's a little bit higher. It's not much higher than 3 millimeters. Wheelbase shorter than 10 millimeters. What I'm most concerned about is this width. The width of VF3. I see it too. It's relatively adequate. It's not very widespread. But in Minio it's even smaller. We'll have a much lower ground clearance. Lower to 36 millimeters. The maximum power, it's lower up to 12 kilowatts. It's pretty weak. That's the maximum. It's only speed. 80 kilometers per hour. While VF3 up to 100 kilometers per hour. And we'll have a maximum torque of 65 Newton meter instead of 110 lower to 45 Newton meter. It should be urban. If you go to province, it's going to have a lot of problems, guys. But it's normal. We can't expect too much. Every super cheap car like this, it's a car born to specialize in urban services. Next we'll have the price of Nerio Green. That's 668 beautiful number, hot distance 380 6 versus. There will be 5 twisting morning seats of 242 power 110 kW. This is just a renaming of E3 for. When I said the previous clip, just there was nothing new. To reshape the service car line. Instead of a family car, we'll have for 149 million worth of Hero Green. This is VF5 of renaming. We'll have inside Chong like VF for 5 years. There's nothing else. And these parameters, I also analyzed it in the previous video. We will continue to wait. Product officially launched. And Vchannel will have a review clip super detailed surely. Remember to subscribe to your YouTube channel to watch the news, technology as well as future technology product reviews. Thank you guys for following. Bye-bye, and see you later.